Hi everybody, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Tonight I have the final flip through for my design team project for March for Happiness and Crafting with Gi Kerr. So we're just going to jump right in and go through what ended up being a little ode to spring, a tribute to poetry. So this is about 6¼ by 6¼ 1 1/8 inch spine. I have lace here, a lot of fussy cuts, some butterflies, flowers. On the front, you can't really see it in close up. In real life, you can see little bits and pieces of the stenciling that I did, but I stenciled sort of a leafy, viney something circle on the back and on the front, but it ended up getting covered up. So anyway, let's get into this. This is hand-dyed seam binding that I did. And then here we have a lace and organza pocket that I made, and I have a ribbon tie here, and I have a journaling card in here. Some of the journaling cards I have stenciled on, some of them I didn't. I'm probably going to go back and stencil on all of them if they're a decent size. The kit that I chose for this month was Gi's Shabby Shades of Pink, but I also used some stuff from her Vintage Rose collection. This background paper comes from her Vintage Rose collection, so I'll try to point out a couple of places where that is, and I'm not going to keep going on with that. But this paper here is a scrapbook paper. I made pocket pages out of it, but these images are from the Shabby Shades of Pink. And then I made giant journaling cards that would go, or giant tags that would go inside from the Shabby Shades of Pink. Covered the Shabby Shades of Pink as well, and covered the back of these tags because the top of them did show from the top of the pocket. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just plain when you were looking at it from the other side. So you can see that it's got some design there. So we already went through that. This is from her Vintage Rose collection. This is from the Shabby Shades of Pink. I made some little word labels. I have a tiny, tiny little butterfly on this one. And I have a little bit of seam binding, trying to not poke the edges of the leaves. Some seam binding, and all the seam binding that I use I have hand dyed. And a little rose with some lace up here. This is a really pretty pocket that I made from this paper, which is really awesome, and covered it up for whatever reason. I don't know why I did that, but again, I reinforced the edge of the envelope here. It's an envelope, really not a pocket, with some washi tape just to keep it, so that it wouldn't crack. This is from the Shabby Shades of Pink, another lace pocket, another journaling card here. When you flip it over, there's another lace pocket with a little cheesecloth, and another journaling card there as well. Didn't stencil on the back of that one. I said I'll probably go back and stencil on them. So we'll put those back in there. When you flip this over, you have the flap from the envelope on this side, and that makes a little belly band with another card in here, journaling card, and some more words that I had done, some blank pages, everything that didn't have an element on it of some kind. I tried to do just a little bit, at least a little bit of stenciling, because I just can't help myself. And some of the pages have some of this really delicate lace edging on it. So lots of blank pages for writing. These tags I made a master board, collaged with bits and pieces of her papers, and then put some stuff on top of it. And then every here and there on all of these tags, there's 4 of them, I have a quote from an 18th, probably like an 18th century poem, whatever they were. I left these blank here because this was the vellum, and these were the Ode to Spring poems. There was 2 of them, 1 in each of the centerfolds. The noise that you're hearing right now is my sump pump. I apologize for that. I don't know why. It hasn't been raining, but So it's a funky little sound, and I do apologize for that. But here's another one of those cards that I collaged, and another quote from one of the poems from the 19th century. And again, I have these words stuck every here and there. Some more lace trim, another little tuck spot. Trying to keep the tuck spot small so that the pages were mostly open, and then other little places where you could, you know, write little poems on the backs of these tags as well. And these are all from the Shabby Shades of Pink collection. Another page with some lace trim, another little tuck spot over here, another this Shabby Shades of Pink, Vintage Rose, a little bit of my hand-dyed seam binding there. Pages stuck together. Okay, this is a belly band that I made. Behind it is a journaling card, which I will probably go back and stencil on because I can't stop. Okay, and what this one does is this opens. You untie this and it opens up, and inside, so you have this whole section that you can write on, and then this piece comes out and you have that whole section that you can write on. So even though you lost the page sort of to a belly band, you kind of have 2 pages here plus the back of the card, so it's kind of like gaining 3 pages. So, and then this just tucks back inside the ribbon, and then that closes, and we tie that back up again, hopefully quickly. It's very hard, I found out, to tie crinkled ribbon. It doesn't want to cooperate with you. So, and then we just slide that back underneath there. This is another one of the, actually there's 2 of them here because I've got 2 pockets together. Another one of these large journaling cards with the pretty backs, because this is the end of the first signature. So these pocket pages begin and end each of the 2 signatures. So that one goes back in there. You open it up on this side, and then there's another journaling card in this one here. And these I also edged with lace, just because these ones I did, the ones in the middle, because they were in the middle. And more of the images from Gi's beautiful pages. Again, this was from the Vintage Rose, also Vintage Rose, a little tuck spot, and then some journaling cards. This card too was from her Vintage Rose. I just added this and the word to that. These are left blank, so you can kind of do whatever you would want with them. So that's what I did. Then let's see, another page stuck together. More stenciling and blank pages, another tuck spot here, 2 more cards from the Shabby Shades of Pink with one of my words and another butterfly in here. More pages, another one of these pockets with the masterboard, the collaged card, and another little quote from one of the poems from an 1800s poem, 19th century. And one of my words down here, it says musical. This is the center of the second signature, another ode to spring poem, written in the 1700s actually, and that's done on vellum. And then another one of these cards, again with a bit from a poem from the 1800s. And then this one, I put 2 words on because I thought dewdrops and moonbeams just sounded pretty together. So there's a little inspiration for whoever has the journal. So another tuck spot with the couple of tags with some lace on top there. Some more pages. This was an interesting page. This was made also with this paper. And these are 2 little flips, and I have a tuck spot under here with a card as well. So, oh, I have to ink the back of that card. I didn't do that. So I'll go back and stencil. So this is, you can see that you can see through these. And again, because you could see through them, I did the backs that way. The other thing about this is I made a little kind of a collar here, and there's a little tuck spot there. So you can tuck a little, listen to that sound. Oh, I love it. Love that sound. So just stick these guys back in there. There's one in there, and then there's one in there as well. And then, like I said, this creates another spot here, and you still have the page to write on. Excuse me. If need be. So more blank pages, a little more lace, another little tuck spot over here, and this is from one of the pages in her Shabby Shades of Pink. And this, I'm going to lay it down here. Maybe you can see it, I don't know, maybe you see it on my hand a little bit better. She has some butterflies, and on this one I put a little hole in the middle and I tied some lace in so it made it look like antennae. I'm not sure which is correct. And then I just tucked that in there. And then on this page, like I had said, in every book I do, I try to put some version of my trifold tuxedo pocket. And this unties here, so you'll be able to open it. This one's just glued down. There's no back to this one. And so that unties. This says Lyrical. There's a little journaling card there. Just space here to journal. No extra secret pockets or anything like that. Here's another card here, and the same thing. It just flips, and you can journal in here. No extra secret pockets or papers. And then this opens up, and here, more journaling space here, and just more of G's little bits and pieces from her kit here, and some over here. Just little bits and pieces from little tiny tags and butterflies. And then there, this is the journaling card for the center of the book. Again, part of another poem with my butterflies. Ooh, I have to do my, see, I'll be back. Wink of Stella and my pearls on that. So, I'm going to leave that out to the side. I'm just going to close that over here for a quick second. And then this is the back page. This is the last tag, giant tag that goes into the pocket page. Again, these are all images from her pages in her Shabby Shades of Pink, and this as well. And then we have another card. I'm not going to untie it. Another one of these journaling cards here at the back in this pocket with the lace and organza and the ribbon. And then that's it. And then that's the back. So that is it. That's my Shabby Shades of Pink and Vintage Rose journal, my March design team for Gi Kerr and Happiness in Crafting. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon. In the meantime, be blessed and be safe. Bye-bye for now.